is Tina from Shabbydabbydoodah. Welcome back to my channel. So I've got a bunch of book covers here and I thought let's just make a few covers ready to use in our journals. So they're different sizes, you know, but that's absolutely fine. So yep, I'm just going to kind of take them and yeah, just kind of work with them as they are. Now I'm going to separate them from the spines and then, you know, they could then be used either by, you know, creating a new spine, if you see what I mean. Or obviously you could use them like in a ring bound journal where they wouldn't need a spine. That's how I personally would probably use them, because I don't tend to make hardbacked journals, you know, with a spine. Just because, yeah, I find that very fiddly and, you know, not an enjoyable process, to be honest. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to cover my spines, not my spines, my journals with plain fabric to begin with. And what we're going to do, we're going to be using that lovely trim and things that we used to make the floral trims. Now again, I can't pronounce that word. I did try and kind of like pronounce it with not much success in the video where we made those trims, so I'm going to try and refrain from doing that on this video. It is spelled G-U-I-P-U-R-E. Now I have probably got a lot of comments telling me exactly how it's pronounced now. I'm not just ignoring you, but obviously I'm filming this ahead, so those videos with the trims have not gone up yet, so of course I've not read the comments. So yeah, I can't obviously amend my pronunciation or try and, you know, try and pronounce it right, because yeah, I've not actually seen the comments. Right, now all I'm going to do is just take, like I say, some plain fabric as my base layer. So this here is an old pillowcase, whoops, and it's, you know, pretty plain. Yes, it needs an iron. Again, not going to worry at all about ironing it, because of course once it's covered with the trims and things, A, it won't be noticeable, but also when I'm gluing it down onto the cover here, I'm going to kind of spread out, hopefully spread out all of the wrinkles, and they're going to become invisible anyway. So that's the plan. Now just going to go around here, so lots of glue all around the cover there. Okie dokie. So you want to get like a good covering. Now this particular cover, it's got a sort of rough surface, if you see what I mean. So I don't need to, you know, sand this down or prep it or anything like that. Obviously if this had a sort of shiny surface or anything, you know, anything like that, I would of course now at this point need to kind of prep it, but because it's actually, you know, like a matte kind of finish, I don't need to do any of that. It's, you know, it's all going to glue on there fine. And as you can see, once you get it stuck on, or, you know, placed on, you can then pull it around and obviously stretch out those creases. Now I'm not saying that they're all going, but a lot of them are going. Now don't seem to be able to see my glue spreader here. Obviously, if I had my glue spreader, that would probably, you know, sort out the creases even better. But, oh, excuse me. I'm not going to be too worried because, like I say, we're going to be covering this anyway and, you know, embellishing it. All I'm doing is getting my base cover down. And then I'm just going to take this in here. Now, I'm just tearing it down and I've got a large overhang all around my cover. Now, I could go in here, so you get like a neatly finished cover like that, or I could leave it. Now, I personally think this cover looks pretty because this has actually got kind of book page, if you see what I mean. So I might actually leave this. I mean, to be honest, I don't even mind it actually with the fabric going around the, yeah, around the book page. So perhaps I'll do that because I'm thinking then I'm not restricted to having to use red. You know, I have this whole kind of thing going on with the, you know, matchy. So for me, you know, I feel like if this has got red, I'm tied down to using red. So I'm just going to go in here like that. Now, I'm not even going to worry here about the corners and things. I'm just going to literally fold it in here like this. Okay, so just a bit of glue on there. Just fold it straight down onto that corner. Okay, because the chances are you know, if I'm going to be using this, I would probably put some sort of ruffle or lace down that edge. So that's going to be kind of covered up anyway. You know, so I'm not going to be worrying about, you know, mitering off the corners and all of that stuff. So just going in like that, okay? So again, just taking my dried wet wipe here to press that down and finish it off. Okay. Now, personally, you know, I normally leave the back pretty much plain. In that, you know, if I cover the front with, say, let's say lace, I may put some lace on the back, but I certainly don't normally, you know, decorate the back as such. So it will be, you know, pretty much like this. I'm not going to go in here because I quite like that tatty edge, you know, and like I'm always saying, you know, it's all personal preference, isn't it? You may not like to have those tatty edges, so you would then want to obviously cover that up. I personally think that's quite a nice look, so I'm going to leave it. Okay, so exactly the same with, you know, what's going to technically be the front cover. Okay, so plenty of glue around the edge, like that. And then obviously plenty of glue here. Now I'm just using Fabri-Tac. I can't remember whether I said that. You know, which of course is, you know, a good glue for using fabric, you know, for gluing fabrics. So like that, okay? So take my fabric. Okie dokie, right. Just pop that down. Oops, probably need to come up a bit. Okay, so like that. Just pull it out a bit, you know, to get rid of some of those creases. Like that. But like I said, I'm not really too worried because I'm going to obviously be decorating this. It's not going to be, you know, overly visible. So like that. And then just as we did with the last one, just cut that down a fraction here. Just tear it. I mean, I like the torn edges, so I don't need to kind of be too fussy about how I'm cutting that down. Like that, okay? And then just going across here with my glue. I've left these a little bit longer, so I need to, you know, apply a bit of glue kind of on the edge here as well. So glue here on the edge of the book and glue on the edge of the fabric, just because otherwise I might not quite get it enough, if you see what I mean. So just a bit there. Okay, right. Tuck that in. And, you know, I don't think it matters too much how you know, how you fold these in. I mean, I'm going to do the top and then the bottom, and then we'll fold the edge in. So, you know, there's no kind of right or wrong. And like I said, because I'm not kind of mitering these corners in, you know, I don't really have to be worried at all about kind of, you know, cutting or anything like that. It's all going to look fine. You can probably see, I mean, I've made a particularly poor job here in this corner. It doesn't matter because, you know, when I come to decorate this page, that's probably going to be covered up. You know, I will probably put ruffle down or lace or, you know, a flower or a bow or something. You know, I'm sure it won't really be visible on the finished journal. So like that. And obviously, you know, you could inlay a sheet of paper, for example, in here. So I've just got here some of my damask papers, you know, and then that would be a perfectly neat finish around there. So, you know, you've got options. But yeah, I'm quite liking the look of the book page. So who knows, I might leave it like that. So that's that one. Now I'm just going to do a second one just while we're waiting for those to dry slightly. So let's pull in another one. So perhaps we'll do this one. Now, again, just going to see if I can just tear this down. Okay. So, yep. Unfortunately, I have not made a very good job of this, but that's fine. Now I'm going to keep the spines. Obviously, the other one I'd already, you know, I've already detached it anyway, so I must have kept the spine. And I say must have because, yes, of course, I can't now find it. So I'm just guessing I've kept it somewhere, but who knows where. So this one here, again, just going to get rid of these little fragments here. Oops. And it's come off a little bit at the front. So I'm just going to tidy it up. I mean, this is a vintage book. So, you know, it obviously was more fragile than I'd, you know, expected it to be. So I just go in and sort of do a bit of a repair there. Okay, and then here I can just tear down a little bit of this. Okay, now, you know, like I said just now, I actually quite like that sort of frayed looking edge. So I've left it, you know, there. I mean, I could have obviously taken that right the way back and smoothed it down at the edge, but personally I think that looks pretty with that edge piece. So here, just going to fold that in. Now this one, I'm hoping I've got enough Hessian that I'm going to cover this one with Hessian. Who knows? I've got this bit here. Oh gosh, this is where I find I haven't got enough. Oh, it's looking a bit touch and go, isn't it? Right. Oh, I have got enough there. So hopefully, yeah, hopefully I've got enough to actually do this. Right. Now, as you can see, it's, you know, it's kind of tight. It's, you know, we're kind of like, yeah, wing and a prayer type stuff to try and get this in here. So just going to just go in with a little bit more glue there. Just where I've torn that slightly. Okay. Right, so just exactly as we did with the other one, we're just going to really cover this with glue. Now this one I'm not going to go around the corners. I'm going to leave the Hessian, you know, like on the edges, if you see what I mean. So I really do want to, you know, make sure my glue's right up and plenty of it. So again, lots of glue in the middle like that. Okay. I apologise if this is making a horrible noise and setting your teeth on edge. So like that. Okay, now get my Hessian here. And I'm going to trim this up after we've put it on. So we're just going to put it on like this. Okay, and then spread it down. And then I'm going to trim it around the cover. So if I just turn it over, I'll just get a better idea there of how that's gone on. Okay, so not bad, not bad. Hey, you gorgeous. Oh my goodness. She's made some sort of weird mask thing out of one of her toys. This is my daughter, not my dog. I know I kind of intersperse, and my voice probably does the same when I'm speaking to either her or the dog. Yes, this is my daughter now. Yeah, the dog's not got onto mask making just yet. Although, if she spends enough time in here, maybe she too will turn her hand to some sort of crafting eventually. Right, just going to trim this down. Okay. Okay, now a little trick for, you know, to try and prevent the Hessian kind of fraying further. What you can do is just take like some PVA or something and go around the very edges, and that would, you know, help stop it fraying further. Now, the other thing is, obviously, where it's then glued to the book, if you see what I mean, it would only fray to that point. It can't then fray further in because, of course, it's glued down onto the book. So I'm not going to worry too much, but I did want to just, you know, mention that because obviously, you know, Hessian is a kind of tricky one to work with. And I just wanted to kind of point that out, that actually, you know, the glue will kind of prevent the peeling. Not the peeling, but the fraying. Right, I've got this little bit left now. Yeah, definitely not going to cover it that way. So yeah, I have to do it obviously this way now. So again, just going to pop that down onto that front cover. So right up to that edge. Like that, okay. Okay, plenty of glue, plenty of glue. Like that, okay. Right, there we go. Let's just move that. And then just, yeah, take my Hessian. Oops, are you okay, darling? Sorry about this, that's my daughter coming in, so please don't worry. Okay, right. So just going to take this, pop that down onto the book page like that. Okay, so again, pressing that down like that. Are you okay, sweetie? Right. Darling, you can speak, darling. She's just kind of mouthing things, so please don't think she's just being rude, ignoring me. She's just mouthing stuff and showing me her phone. I don't know what she's trying to show me. She's not actually got a phone, you understand, but she's got an old phone, you know, without a SIM card. So, yeah, she can just kind of be able to play games with her friends. Because it seems, you know, that's what they like to do, is obviously they all have like old phones, you know, not working phones so that they can make calls when they're out or anything, but just so they can connect to the Wi-Fi at home, and then they can obviously all play games together. So, yeah, she was just showing me something on her phone. Lord only knows what it was she was showing me. I mean, I don't know what this rubbish is that they're playing, but, yeah. I mean, it all just looks like weird rubbish to me, but anyway, that's what she was showing me. So we have got our Hessian covers and we've got our fabric covers there. Okay, so all we're doing is, you know, putting very basic kind of pieces down at the moment. So I'm going to move this to one side. Let's do the fabric one first. So the fabric ones, I'm going to keep them right and, you know, right way up, just in case I want to use them, you know, like I say, with the text showing. So obviously that means this needs to be the front cover, you know, so it's kind of right way. This one obviously being the back cover, like I said, I probably won't really do much with that. So just put that down like that. Now, let me get rid of my other stuff that I brought along, because of course I'm not going to be using that. Pretty sure anyway. Right, so I've got lots of coffee dyed lace and things here. So I may just put some of this coffee dyed lace down next. So, and you know, maybe kind of leaving a little bit of the fabric showing, but yeah, something like that. So I'm just going to kind of like tear this down. Now this is a crochet lace. It's a little bit wet still from the coffee dyeing, but yeah, hopefully it's kind of okay. So I'm going to have that like that. Now this little piece here I might just have on the back, because I did say, you know, I probably will keep the back, you know, predominantly plain, but just picking up one or two elements similar to what's on the front cover. So I definitely won't be decorating the back as such, but just getting, you know, a couple of kind of maybe lace trims and things onto the back cover. So yeah, I'm going to just have that maybe down here like that. Okay, so obviously this is going to be like the front, if you see what I mean, and this is going to be the outer edge, if that makes sense. So yeah, actually I want to probably have that the other way. Yeah, maybe more like that, I think. So yeah, outer edge, and this is the inner edge. Okay, so that's that one. Now I also coffee dyed this. Now this was blue lace, which looks very pretty, doesn't it? Now it's been coffee dyed. Don't know whether I want to have that on there. Looks quite nice, doesn't it? And then what I've got those butterflies from the, you know, that word that I don't want to have to keep saying. So we're going to be incorporating those. Now I'm thinking, because I've used a lot of coffee dyed stuff, I may leave the butterflies bright, because I think that would look really, really pretty. So yeah, I'm thinking kind of do that. So I'm going to put this coffee dyed lace down first. So again, just take my Fabri-Tac and glue the lace down. Okay, so plenty of glue there. Okie dokie, plenty of glue obviously at the top, like that. Now I can always go in and kind of, you know, add glue should I need to, you know, add extra glue should I need to. So we're just going to have it like that. Okay, and then I'm going to just add more glue here, so that I can just pop that coffee dyed blue lace down. And I want to have the blue lace just overlapping this coffee dyed lace a bit. So, yep. Okay. So again, plenty of blue, like that. Okay, and then just going to go in there like that. Press that down like that. Okay. And like I say, I am just using my, you know, dried wet wipe to be pressing that on. And then I'm just going to snip that off down the bottom. Now I quite like it overhanging, so I'm not going too close, you know, to the edges. I'm kind of like leaving a bit of an overhang there. Now that's all the coffee dyed lace that I've got left of that blue. So what I could do is just to, you know, tie it in and have that kind of like, you know, continuity between the back and the front. Now, did I say that was the, right, that's the outer edge. Oh, I haven't glued that on yet. Oh, see, forget my head if it wasn't screwed on. Right, so we're going to glue this down here. Okay. Like that. Okay. So, yeah, pop that one on there. Like that. And then, because I've only got this tiny bit, I'm kind of thinking maybe just edge it off with this tiny bit. Like that. And then I've just got this, you know, really teeny bit now left. Which, of course, you know, could put this somewhere else. Or, you know, who knows, maybe we won't bother, but I'm just going to cut this down just in case. You know, because I might as well use it. Now I've, you know, now I've coffee dyed it and it's kind of like partly used. I might as well use the whole lot. Otherwise, it's just more scraps laying around on my desk. So, yeah, just going to, I don't know, to be honest, but maybe something like that. I'm not necessarily saying that, but, you know, we shall see. So, yeah, that's that one. Now, do need to be careful. Oh, no, do you know I've done this the wrong way? Oh, no, I haven't. No, I haven't. Although, actually, I probably would have preferred to have that furry edge or curly edge on this side, wouldn't I? Oh, what an idiot. Right, let me just check. Yeah. Oh, well, never mind. Right, we're going to just have to, you know, persevere unless I have that there. I mean, I could always dye some more of this lace, to be honest. I have got more of it, so yeah, I might have to. Oh, well, let's just see how we get on. Right, I'm not going to glue this down in case I need to pull this in. So we've got our butterflies here. Now, I'm kind of thinking maybe a butterfly there. Let's take another one. Okay, maybe one there. Oh my goodness, don't they look super pretty? Right, we've got this blue flower trim. So all these trims are available in my shop on my shabbydabbydoodah.co.uk website. And if they're not, you know, if they are sold out, I will have more soon. So yeah, I just, you know, do know that we'll be getting more soon. So now, do we like it kind of like this? I mean, I'm loving this blue against this. It's absolutely yummy. Let's just see whether we might want to. Oh, that looks so pretty too, doesn't it? Now, I've also got these white flowers. Okay. Yeah, so I hope that everybody's having a good day. I hope you're doing some crafting, having a nice time. You know, do share below what you're working on. It's always so nice to hear what everyone's working on. You know, it really does kind of like inspire, I think, you know, when we all share what we're working on. Right, just going to see whether we want to have it like that. That's rather pretty, isn't it? Now, I've also got these, these little flowers. So, I mean, this is just evolving. I didn't have a plan for this or anything. I mean, actually, I was intending on it being a lot more colourful than this. But actually, it seems to be just taking on a, you know, life of its own and going its own way. But let's just see. You know, maybe kind of like keeping it, you know, more neutral rather than coloured, I'm thinking. Right, so we've got those. Now, I've also got some other flowers with blues. Now, what do we think to these? They're a bit bright, aren't they? I've got some that are coffee dyed, so these might be better. So let's just take those down. Okay. So maybe something like that. Now, I'm not gluing anything on for the minute because, you know, I like to have the flexibility to be able to change things should I want to. So, yeah, at the moment, I'm kind of thinking, don't glue down. Don't glue down for the minute. So, obviously, I've got the base, you know, the base pieces of lace glued down. But, yeah, I'm not kind of gluing anything else down for the minute. And these actually now I'm thinking look better separate. So, let's just cut those down. Okay, so yeah, maybe something like that. And then this blue floral trim, I mean, that's so gorgeous, isn't it? Now I've just got these blue rolled roses, which I'm thinking, could we kind of have something like that on there? That's quite pretty, isn't it? I'm just going to have a look. Oh, hold on. Keep then suddenly remembering other things that I've got, and I think, oh, just try that. I'll just try something else. And so it just goes on. Right, what about like that? It's quite pretty, isn't it? Now. Yeah, I've got some little flowers here. Let's have a look at these. Honestly, I mean, this is just taken on a life of its own. Like I say, I had no kind of like fixed plan or anything how this was going to look. But yeah, it's just taking on, you know, and doing its own thing. You know, and actually, yeah, it's just now going to stay kind of not colourless, but, you know, more neutrals with blues, I think. And that looks really, really pretty, doesn't it? Now, just before I start gluing these things down, I've just got some white lace here, which I just want to see, would I prefer to edge this with white? So I'm just going to cut this down. Okay. You know, just in case we think, actually, I think maybe some white would look really good on the edge of this. So I'm just going to cut this straight down here on the, you know, the fancy edge, like the scalloped edge. There we go. Oh, why can I never see what way up a lace should be? I mean, what is wrong with me? So just see how this would look if I had it, you know, like running along the edge. I mean, that does look quite pretty. What do you think? Yeah, let's just see if we then have maybe a little bit of this. Oh, and you know what else? I'm thinking maybe some of the pearly trim. So that's like that, and then let's just cut in a few of these. And maybe a few of these. I mean, you know, maybe we don't want all of them. You know, maybe we'll decide one or the other would be better, but let's just have a look. Just have a look and see. So we're just building things up, really, you know, layering up laces, layering up, you know, the florals and the pearly bits, you know, until we're kind of happy with the overall finished result. So, oops. Oh my goodness. I mean, how pretty is that looking? So, right, I'm just going to move some of these bits and we're just going to glue some of these things down. So I'm going to start with gluing this edge lace down. Okay, so like that. Okay. So that one. Oh, where's my dry wipe? Only got dry tissue at the moment, so yeah, let's just use the tissue. Okay, going to snip this edge piece off like that. Okay, right, Then I'm going to put this down here. Now I'm going to just, I think, hot glue this down. Like that, okay. Right. Then I'm going to put this butterfly down. Now again, I'm going to use the hot glue for this because we're going to be sort of covering some of this up anyway with the other flower. So just the hot glue to get the initial piece down. Oh, there's glues now just everywhere. These are not the easiest thing to do because they're, you know, you're gluing a lot of holy lace and things. So of course, you know, you end up getting a lot of glue on your fingers. You know, because of course it's all seeping through the holes. But yeah, I mean, I don't mind that, to be honest, but obviously it's a bit annoying when you're doing a video because you guys probably don't want to keep seeing that, but okay, right, let me just pop that on there, like that, okay. Now, just before we put the blue flowers in, I'm just going to check that we wouldn't prefer just pearls in there. No, I think the blue flowers just look gorgeous. So 1, 2, like that. Okay. Just see whether we want to have like one of those in the middle. Is that a bit weird? Probably a bit weird. Right, okay, so the next butterfly we're going to put here. So did we hot glue that one? Yep. So yeah, let's just hot glue this. Okay. Like that. Okay. Like that. Okay, so that's looking good. And then can't remember now what we said was going to go in the middle of that butterfly, but no doubt it will suddenly spring out of nowhere in a minute. Well, hopefully it will. Oh, perhaps we were having these, were we? Maybe we were having those. Yeah, so that's like that. We're going to have this over here. Right, loving this one up here. So let's just pop this one down. Yeah, still kind of like interchanging the, you know, the hot glue and the Fabri-Tac. So like that, and then decisions. Honestly, I'm just loving making this, and yeah, kind of now my eyes just literally went off to the side for a moment, and I caught sight of all those other trims, and I thought, oh, hang on, I'm going to have to come back and do some other coloured ones of these. You know, some coloured versions. So yeah, perhaps we'll come and do some coloured versions as well, because I just really love the look of them all. Now, which way is the right way and the wrong way of this one? Oh gosh, honestly, it's so hard to see. You know what happens, I know this sounds really lame, but you know, the light kind of catches it and then you can't actually tell whether it's the right way or the wrong way up. Okay, right, then, oops, we're going to have this one. Right, I'm just going to hot glue this one down, like that. Okay, now this. So, yeah, let's get that one there. Whoa, sorry, as soon as I touch things, you know, the hot glue threads are kind of catching, and then I move my hands, and then obviously it pulls the, you know, pulls the hot glue, pulls the flowers with, you know, where it's caught in the hot glue. So, right. So, what do we think to that? I mean, I have got some of those, but in ivory. I mean, that doesn't look too bad. What do you think? Or I have even got one or two in white, actually. Because we have got, obviously, quite a bit of white going on here. So, yeah, I think we could probably get away with a white one. So let's put a white one down there. Oh, my goodness. How pretty are these? They're lovely, aren't they? Absolutely lovely. So yeah, let's have that one. So they're probably not the project for people who don't like getting their fingers really messy, because you do get pretty smothered in glue, or I do anyway. I'm not necessarily saying that everyone would, but yeah, definitely I'm getting pretty smothered. Right. I'm sorry about my phone. Well, it's not my phone, it's my iPad that's kind of like bleeping and making that noise. Sorry about that. Let's just see. Oh, I thought I maybe had another one of those white flowers, but no. That's annoying. Now, I have, I think, got some rolled roses with leaves. Yeah. Which I'm just thinking, because, you know, there is quite a fair bit of green in here, isn't there? So, you know, I'm kind of thinking, oh my gosh, look at this. Oh, yummy, yummy. My eyes are like, ah. Yeah. Oh. Honestly, these colours look so pretty together. They are just gorgeous. Oh, now I'm thinking maybe a little bit of this inside these. Oh, I haven't put that one down yet. Hold on. Oh, right way, the wrong way. Oh, I don't know. I think that's the wrong way. I mean, to be honest, if you did glue the lace upside down, you know, sort of seam side down, I don't think it would really matter, because obviously, you know, you've got a lot of different things going on here. I don't think it would really kind of notice too much. But yeah, I mean, you know, it would be better not to, I suppose. So do we want that in the centre, or out there? Oops, put my finger there. Right, let's take these. I'm kind of thinking maybe, yeah, maybe cover up those blues, because maybe that's a bit bright. So one there. And you can just see the blue poking through those pearls, to be honest, because there are kind of little gaps in those pearls. So it looks really pretty, but without having like, wow, really in your face kind of blue. So yeah, really nice. And that one. Now I'm just going to put this little rolled rose down there. And then I think it might be time for another one of these. Ooh. Now, where do we want it? Maybe. Oops. Oh, I don't know now. Oh, maybe there. Like that. Okay, yep, loving that. Right, this one up there on there, I think. Yep. Now, these little daisy ones, because I thought they looked really pretty, so I think some of the daisy kind of pearl would look good in one or two places as well. So maybe, yeah, maybe a bit there. Maybe like some more here. Kind of liking this like clustered up look. You know, where we've got lots of little bits kind of bunched up together. That looks really pretty, I think. Okay, and yeah, maybe up there. Like that. Right, do we want another one of these? I mean, I do think these look gorgeous, I must say. But we don't want to overdo it. Because, you know, sometimes, and not very often do I say this, but sometimes subtlety is the key. Like I say, that does not come out of my mouth very often, but, you know, just every now and then I think subtle is the look, you know, that we should be going for. Oh, yeah. So I've just got some of my book plates. Now, I'm thinking these are probably going to be too small. Got these in bigger size, but I have only got them printed off in this size, unfortunately. Because I'm thinking a metal book plate and put those in there. So hold on, I've got some metal book plates somewhere. Yep, they're just behind me. Oh, this is so annoying. They are not anywhere near big enough, obviously, as you can see. So yeah, what I might do is put the book plate on and then, you know, print some of these and then slot it in. Although, to be honest, that's not going to be very easy to do, I think. Oh, that's annoying, isn't it? Yeah, that's really annoying, actually. Just see, I have got some of my other book plates, but they're in obviously the neutral colours, which, you know, I actually thought these, you know, it would be the perfect cover to use the coloured book plates. But just maybe for, you know, for the purposes of obviously getting the video done, perhaps we'll go with this. So let me just cut this down. Oops. Like that and like that. Okay, cut that on. Just cut that down there. Right. So if we were to put that there, for instance, with that there. So those are just my book plates. They're not the coloured ones, obviously, as you can see. But I haven't got any of the coloured ones in a bigger size. So just, you know, for the purposes of obviously completing the cover, I'm just going to go with that, to be honest. You know, it looks fine. So I don't think it really matters too much. So if we have that, and I'm thinking, you know, I've got this little bit of white lace. We could maybe have a little bit of lace under there. You know, I mean, I've just plonked that there. It's, you know, literally kind of landed where it fell. And I'm just leaving it there because actually it looked quite pretty. So just going to pop that down there like that in the middle. And then going to take my book plate and just glue this, glue this on like that. Okay. Like that. Okay. So you've just got like a little bit, oops, we didn't glue that pearl on. We've just got a little bit of the lace hanging out, but that looks rather pretty, I think. So pop that pearl down there. Okay, now do we want any other trim anywhere? Could just have a little bit there. Could maybe just have a, little bit here. Or we could, you know, take one, you know, one or two, kind of like individual ones now. So let's just cut those down. Yeah, maybe just have one there. Like that. Okay, let's just take one of these blue ones. What do we think? Maybe something like that. Or I have got these white ones actually. Let's just take one of these. Oh, that's pretty, yeah. So yeah, let's just take that one, put that one down there. Just see if that one wants a little pearly centre. Yeah, should we finish that off with a little pearl in the centre there? Okay, so on the back cover, I'm just going to put this down because we didn't need this in the end, did we? So, yep, this can just go straight down here, like that. Oh, honestly, I can't tell you how much I love this cover. It's so pretty. I mean, it's very delicate looking, you know, very, it's not colourless. It's not colourless, but it does look very delicate, very beautiful. Very, very beautiful. Okay, right, get all my threads and trims and, yeah, whatever, all out of there. So, yep, they're all gone. Like I say, I couldn't help but my eyes keep being drawn to the colour. So I'm going to leave this one kind of colourless, just to prove to myself that I can do a colourless one. Then we might come back and we might do a coloured one because, oh, I obviously, you know, I'm dying to do a coloured one now. It's only so much staying colourless that I can handle. So yeah, perhaps we'll come back and do a coloured one as well. Now I'm just wondering whether I want to have a bow anywhere. I mean, I do love using the bows. They just look so kind of feminine and yeah, very, very pretty. So oops, we'll just see whether we want to have, you know, like a little bow or something, or even two. And again, you know, can you see the difference? Like when you use a blue one or an, you know, beigey ivory one, it really changes the whole look of the cover, doesn't it? So, you know, it kind of like, yeah, I find it quite interesting, the difference that can be achieved just by literally, you know, the slightest thing, like having either, you know, as a blue bow as opposed to like a beige one. It's massive difference, you know, the overall look. It really does kind of, yeah, have a massive kind of impact, I think. So, yep, I think that's probably, yeah, that's probably kind of done, to be honest. I think that's, you know, that's all it needs. I could go on adding other things, but I feel like actually what would happen is I'd end up kind of overdoing it and maybe ruining it. So I think I'm going to leave it like that. And yeah, that, oh, I hadn't glued those down. So yeah, I'm just going to quickly glue those down in the middle of the butterfly. Like that. Okay. Yeah, I could go on adding things, but I feel like actually I could end up ruining it. And to be honest, in this particular instance, I think maybe less is more. So that's the covers. Obviously the inside, like I say, you know, completely obviously then, you know, individual kind of choice. You could either kind of cover it with some paper, and I'm not necessarily saying this one, but that was just what was in grabbing distance. You know, cut that down and, you know, have it like that. You could cover it with some fabric. I've got here some lace, you know, cover it like that. You could collage it, or of course you could leave it. I mean, I think that looks very pretty just exactly as it is. You know, what you could do is, if you didn't want to have like a fabric ruffle, you could just finish it off with maybe like some flower trim or something. You know, obviously this side you've got, you know, a bit of kind of messed up bits here. Again, I mean, you could just fill that in with like, you know, a bit of lace, and that would just cover that up. And that just looks really pretty, you know, like that. And that, again, was just something that was laying around on the desk that I grabbed in. So, yeah, very easily you could, you know, fix kind of any little problems. So, you know, I would probably use this now as a ring-bound journal. Obviously, covers, just punching holes top and bottom and, you know, putting my rings through. But obviously you could use this, you know, you could create a spine and you could attach the spine on. Using it like that. So yeah, I hope you like the covers. You know, they've turned out really, really, really pretty, I think. And yeah, let me know what you think below. I will probably come back and we will do some coloured ones using that word, I can't say, using the trims. So yeah, and obviously we have got the Hessian one still to do, which we didn't get around to doing. So, you know, I've got those to kind of do anyway. So yeah, I hope you like it, and thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Thanks then. Bye.